The 3DS is truly a feast for the senses. It does cool things with vision and touch, but one thing it doesn't do is emit odors, unless you're a disgusting person. Which means we'll never have an answer to the obvious question about this game. Is this a sequel to Smelly Cat? And related note, it's not Skater Cat's fault. So if you play mobile games, chances are you're probably very familiar with this genre. This is exhibit number 87 million in the last 5 years of the runner. For those unfamiliar, think a platformer like Mario, only the character's running on autopilot. In this case, that character is a cat. Spoiler alert, it's a skater cat. See, that's a question I have to ask myself as a reviewer. How much do I give away? So, same basic runner rules apply. Cat skates automatically, and all you have to do is jump. Fortunately, there's plenty of fucking jumping to do. Skater Cat's like a series of ridiculous obstacle courses that push your platforming skills to the limit. And as simple as it may sound, this is a much more challenging game than you might think. You're gonna die in this game. You're gonna die a lot. You're gonna lose your kitty. So don't get too attached. Don't be the crazy cat lady of Skater Cat. If you die, just move on. There's plenty of cats to sacrifice. Now, the cool thing about Skater Cat is that it's a cat skating. The other cool thing is the game's unique set of rules. See, in most runners, you're just trying to get to the end. And it's the same idea here, but the game also throws in a couple interesting twists. So for instance, the cats. Each level has a bunch of cats, and the more you collect, the faster you skate. Only catch is, the cats only stick around if you have treats, so you have to collect those too. Otherwise, the cats just start leaving, and you slow back down. See, that's the thing about cats. They're only as loyal as their dish is full. So there's actually a lot of different things to worry about as you're playing. 1, you have to grab the cats. 2, you have to keep your treat meter full, or you lose cats. And perhaps most importantly, you have to pay attention to the levels themselves. Skater Cat requires some seriously precise platforming, and if you lose focus, it's easy to lose your cat. So despite the adorable appearance, there's actually a pretty steep challenge here. Another nice touch is that, so you can earn 3 medals in each level based on your finish time, and those unlock some pretty cool stuff. I mean, more levels obviously, but also some customization options too. In fact, you can eventually play as your Mii instead of a cat, and any game that supports the Mii gets bonus points in my book. That's pretty awesome. And I mean, it's all part of the game's surprising amount of polish. The controls are tight, the gameplay is responsive, and although the music gets a bit repetitive, the game actually looks pretty nice. It has this, flat but not flat look. It kind of reminds me of Super Paper Mario. You have 2D characters and backgrounds, but there's also some very basic 3D elements. It's an interesting effect, even if it is a bit familiar. And unfortunately, though, the cat does poop on the floor a bit. The little bastard. For starters, the camera's just way too tight. And for a game that's about avoiding obstacles, that's a bit of a problem. I mean, you can't even see the obstacles until they're right on top of you. So, it's definitely frustrating at times. It's hard to avoid things you can't even see. And that plays into the game's other weakness, the levels themselves. They all end up blending together. They just have a very similar feel. None of them really stand out. Skater Cat is a solid little runner, but at the same time, it's kind of disappointing, because it could have been a really cool runner, if only the level design and camera held up as well as the graphics and gameplay and controls and options and, well, you get the idea. Skater Cat is a polished little eShop game that's fun in short bursts, but, well, doesn't always land on its feet.